All right, let's talk about Journey to Silius. So Journey to Silius, for being a game I never knew a thing about before playing it today, I gotta say there's a lot of potential here. It wears its Mega Man influence on its sleeve by the way you control the main character Jay, the way he shoots his gun, the way you acquire weapons. Well, not the way you acquire weapons, because in Mega Man those require you defeating bosses. This game, you just seem to be getting them as you go. Honestly, this is a game I would have loved to have a special version, because I would love to see how strong Jay could get by the end of the game. One gripe I do have about the game is that the weapons all share the same ammo, like all the special weapons share the same ammo. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I get it. There's one gauge to like kind of tell you how much we have, but like for being from what it looks like from being based on Mega Man, I think that was a bad decision. That's probably just to make it stand out a little more, but I don't think it worked out that well. What Mega Man does is when you equip a special weapon, it gets its own gauge, and that gauge pops up when you use that weapon. So all of the weapons. So having a consistent gun gauge, and then hold on, what? I'm sorry, my phone made a notification. Let me continue. Anyway, so all the weapons having the same gun gauge, so you can just have one gun gauge in the screen. I don't think that was a good idea. I don't like it, because suppose you're using just one weapon for this part, and then you just like are out of ammo for the next part. I don't think that makes sense. I think that's a bad decision. Other than that, this is a very difficult game. I couldn't even make it past level 1. It's just like really tough. There's a lot of unfair elements too. Like there's a lot you can learn. Like typical NES games, like you can learn a lot the more you die, but like you also just be punished a lot too. I feel like if you're gonna really try this game, you would probably need to have like spend points again if you're not a skilled gamer, because it's a very hard game. Like I'm so shocked. I'm kind of shocked. I'm kind of shocked that no one is talking about this game's difficulty in the same way they're talking about the difficulty of Ninja Gaiden or Ghosts and Goblins, because it's right up there. This game is hard. I couldn't get past level 1 because it's just there's a lot being thrown at you, and even if you learn stuff, there's just a lot to deal with. And I'm wondering was that the entirety of the first level that I was doing, or is it a segment of the first level? Because if that was just the first level, and that's just the difficulty you can expect, then I guess I understand. Because if it's 5 really difficult levels that are just hard for you to complete in general, then that pretty much equates to its value as far as an NES game, because, they have to be difficult to give you your money's worth, right? So, I do have a big gripe about that gun gauge thing, how all the weapons share the same gauge. That's, I think, a genuine flaw. Other than that, it's just like, I think it's kind of like just a hard Mega Man in a way, except more linear. So, if that's your thing, I think you'll have a good... If that's your thing, and you like hard games, because it's a very hard game, then I think Journey to Silius might be up your alley. It might be something you want to check out for yourself to see if it's something you might be into. But I feel for a lot of people, it's probably not going to be. I'll give the game this much credit though. Unlike Blaster Master, everything was very clear. In fact, when I was talking about when I was starting up the game and reading this info, it tells you how to switch weapons. So that was made clear right from the jump, and I definitely appreciate that after struggling through the menus of Blaster Master. So I think this game holds up better than Blaster Master for sure, but you really do have to be into the genre and looking for a challenge, because it's a very hard game. And again, that gun gauge does you no favors, because I do think that's not a good thing for this game to have. If it had multiple gun gauges for each of your guns, I don't know, that would feel like that would make it better. And to my knowledge, this game never got any successor either. So if you like this concept, give it a try. If you don't, then you don't need to deal with it. But with Journey to Silius, it holds up if it's your thing. That's what I'm going to give it. Anyway.